Good morning and welcome to another episode of Stuck in a Lift. Today we are talking with Marco Interiors, who have also designed us a fantastic lift table and a lift clock for our new setup for season 4, which looks fantastic. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm stuck in a lift today. How are you both?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I heard the traffic was a bit rubbish this morning.
Yep.
Terrible as usual.
London and Essex traffic, chaos.
Yeah. Didn't bring your helicopter, no, today?
No.
Okay, cool. So, lift interior. Just before we start, if you could just both introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about what you do for the lift industry.
So I'm the MD of Marco Interiors. Our company revolves around lift interiors, fabrication, guarding. We manufacture, we fit. We're kind of an all-round help to the industry. We've got a lot of clients. We seem to be at the top of our game, and yeah, that's it in a nutshell. Really, we offer the services the clients want.
Cool. Over to yourself then.
Yeah, so I'm the workshop manager at Marco Interiors. So basically, it's making sure that all the jobs go out on time, making sure our customers are happy and getting their jobs on time. We've got 10, 11 guys on site, so making sure everything goes out of there, make sure everything goes on the van. And obviously, I deal with a lot of clients coming through the door, lots of jobs. Yeah, it's just
Busy then.
But yeah, very busy. Yeah, especially when you got like 50 different clients on the books, and it's just like But it's just make sure everyone's happy, and yeah, it can be hard juggling things around, but yeah, it's
What's the history of the company? Where did it all begin?
So the company was started by Mark Watling and Colin Scott. So that's where the Marco comes from.
Right. Okay.
A lot of people think we're Italian or something,
Yeah.
but it's not. So those two guys, they worked for another lift interior company, and they split away, as happens with a lot of industries. They started basically in a garage.
Wow.
Two men doing a bit of lift work for some of the clients they had previously, and they slowly built it up. It's been going 26 years
26
now.
years now. Yeah.
And it was natural growth. It was slowly built on. They then rented another unit when they got a bit bigger, then got their own unit, and then we moved to the one we're in now. So, and like I say, it's gone from 2 people to, I think we've got 36 or 38 now.
Wow, okay.
So, but it's been natural progression. So it hasn't been forced. So it's been nice and steady. We always seem to employ the best people. We're very, in my opinion, we're a good employer. People don't leave. We don't have a massive turnover of staff, which it really helps the business. It keeps continuity, and it also, especially with the site work, because our engineers tend to know the engineers who are working on site, so you build a relationship.
Yeah.
But yes, it's a really good company to work with. Colin and Mark are still involved, not so much nowadays, but
Pop in and out.
they pop in and out.
Just to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
In all fairness, they're happy. It runs, they're happy, and yeah.
And I think that sort of kind of sums us up in they let us carry on with it, and they're happy for that to carry on, for as long as it needs to.
So, how long have you been in the industry, and what made you originally join?
So I originally I went to college, studying engineering, and then just happened one of my parents knew someone who knew what we'd done at another company, so just offered me an apprenticeship when I was like I was 17, just turning 18, and he offered me an apprenticeship. Didn't really know what I was getting into, didn't know nothing about it, just thought I could be a sheet metal worker, and yeah, just started just turned 18 and I'm still here now, so yeah.
Can I ask how long that's been?
I'm 44 now, so yeah.
Okay.
I've been at Marco's for 20 years.
Yeah.
And so I've done my apprenticeship. I was 6 years at Brownton's, where I worked previously. But yeah, it was just, I enjoyed it. And sort of, a lot of people think I didn't. They didn't. Even the people that sort of interviewed me, they was like, you ain't going to stick this out.
And you did?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, yeah. It's something I wanted to do. I wanted to do engineering. Didn't know nothing about lifts, but now like to
Now
think
you dream
about
about
a little bit more, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's very similar. I was a machinist, so I did my college, and I was a militaire and a toolmaker, and I worked for a company that they morphed into doing lift work through. They were an engineering company, but they got to know some lift guys, and it just sort of went from there. It just, you followed along. It wasn't ever a plan. And to be honest with you, I think the lift industry is a great industry to be in. You know, I'd encourage young people to get into it, because it's, you know, it's not going to go away. It's not a fad. It's something that it's got longevity. And you know, I went from sort of working in the workshop. I was site fitting. I was surveying. I was then back to workshop manager. So I've done every aspect of the business, and I've been doing it for over 30 years now.
So with both of you, you've done years, you've got your experience. What's been your most successful day so far? Both of you.
I think, in my opinion, my most successful day or thing I've done, other than being married and having kids, would be actually joining Marco's, because it turned my work life around. You know, it gave me a purpose. I was allowed to do it how I wanted to do it, you know, and it's made my work life, although it's very, very stressful, it's made it enjoyable, and it's given me, you know, I get to see a lot of things that a lot of people don't, you know, going on these sites and that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think joining Marco's, in my opinion.
What about yourself?
Yeah, so I think my most successful day is, obviously, I look back at my qualifications straight away. I think, you know, I didn't like school, didn't go to school, but college changed my life completely. Being an adult, and yeah, just getting them qualifications, my RNC, my agency, doing that, and then jumping into Marco's when they asked me to join. Definitely, as what Duncan said, it has changed me. I've been there for 20 years, so definitely it's helped me a lot.
Right.
And building my way up, I enjoy my role. As Duncan said, very stressful day to day, but I enjoy working and I enjoy my role.
Well, that's the main thing, right?
Yeah,
it's a matter how stressful it is if you love getting up in the morning and going to work.
Yeah. It's nothing worse getting up in the morning. But people think, oh, gotta go to work, but no, it's actually maybe people might think it's sad. You get up and think, oh, I like going to work.
Amazing.
But
it's so rare to get up and love what you do. So you just got to really appreciate it.
You've got to do it. So if you can enjoy it while you're doing it, that's
as it is very stressful. But we work for, I think, quite a relaxed company at the same time. We all get on.
That's nice.
And I think that's the key. I think everyone gets on. It's stressful. You got to get the job done, but also relax at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just. You're not going to stand around doing nothing. But
get your t-shirts that say "Love Job."
Yeah.
Duncan, what are the key? Just going into lift interior. What are the key design considerations when working on lift interiors for commercial and residential spaces?
So, generally, the first thing you've got to take into consideration is obviously limitations on weight, because lifts, you can't just put anything in a lift. It's got to be the main contractor will supply the information, and then generally what happens is an architect or the client will want something particular in their lift. The trick is that we've got to try and make it fit within the limitations of the weight, the EN81 guidelines, fire rating, DDA considerations. So there's a lot of things to be taken in before you can actually, because some clients they'll just go off the scale and they want all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, they can have, but it's okay. Maybe if it's in a private house, it's not such an issue. But if it's in an office building or hospitals, or you have to take all those things into consideration. So it's quite a difficult thing, because if the client wants something specific, you've then got to tell them they can't have it. They're generally not, they want what they want. They're paying for it, but luckily we're working with the lift company, so usually they have to, or the consultants even, they will jump in and they just push the regulations and say, well, you can't have it. So there is a lot of things to take into consideration. But
what's the strangest request that you've had?
Target Lifts are proud to sponsor the Stuck in a Lift podcast in partnership with Blacks Productions, offering fantastic job opportunities with full training and support to build a career in the lift industry. Target Lifts are always aiming higher.
We've put belts on the wall and was
we had a job. Leather belts.
Leather belts.
Yeah, they said
interesting.
We want a leather belt panel, and we were all looking at each other going, what's that then? I've never heard of that before.
They supplied them and we...
Yeah, it was literally second-hand leather belts, and we stuck them onto a panel in a pattern, and I think we put a lacquer over it afterwards, but that was a bit bizarre.
I asked for them back, and I said, when they're finished with them, can we have them back? So that was a bit even more bizarre, really.
Yeah.
It was
like
Dominoes, yeah.
We did a
whole wall with Dominoes.
What, pizza?
No.
Oh.
Plain Dominoes. Plain Dominoes, yeah. No, plain Dominoes.
I think that looked quite funky, actually.
It did, yeah. We had to buy something like 100 packs of Dominoes, and then
they wanted them set out.
They wanted them set out in a pattern.
You've got to be OCD with that.
Yeah, I think it got to about halfway down, and it was like
I think we did one with coins and all, didn't we?
Coins, copper coins.
Yeah, copper coins.
It's a super. Has there been a Lego lift?
No, there hasn't actually.
That that's what I would have.
Yeah, that could be done. There's been horsehair.
Yeah, horsehair.
Someone said that they want horsehair panel. Again, it's one of those things I've never heard of it, and I was like, well, what's that? And it was literally horsehair, strands of horsehair, and they were glued to a panel in a diamond pattern.
Interesting.
Yep, a lot of money.
Yeah. I'm just imagining I'm guessing these are houses, right? They're not commercial buildings.
Yeah, most of them were.
I
think the Domino's was an office.
Yeah.
But yeah, houses, if you get your multi-millionaire who's got a big house, they can have some great ideas.
I heard a story once that someone lived in, I think it was like South Africa somewhere, and growing up they had this tree that they had a tree house in, but they left home, moved to the UK, and they wanted to ship this tree over to the UK and turn the wood from the tree into panels in the lift.
Right.
Okay.
And they ended up doing it.
Yeah.
So wow, like you've taken that tree halfway across the world and turn it into lift interior. That's crazy.
Because that's the thing, a lot of people, they don't really understand. When people ask for veneer panels, sometimes it goes over their head that a veneer panel is actually real wood. Yeah. And that's exactly what you've just said. And we get clients who say, yeah, but we want it all to match, and that's got a mark in it. I say, yeah, but it's a tree.
Natural, so
I can't.
Yeah. So yeah,
a lot of people will go to the degrees of go to the veneer factory, and they'll pick the veneers for the project, and they'll lay them all out on the floor, because a veneer leaf is maybe 6 inches wide, and then they'll lay them all out on the floor how they want them. So if there's any sort of natural defects in the material, you can take that one out and put a different one in. And yeah, it's quite
with stone as well, natural stone. We have to lay them all out where the customer wants, who wanted to make sure that all the grain matches, and we had to send her pictures. She had to approve them, or say, no, I want that one moved over there, that one moved over there.
Because I imagine if you've done one wrong, you can't easily take that out and restart.
No. And also, we want them to approve it. We don't want to just go in there and start laying it and then...
Apart from those dominoes at the bottom.
I mean, sometimes we do get clients ask us for our opinion, and the problem is everyone's got an opinion, haven't they? It's better if they tell us what they want, and then we try and meet their expectation.
The end goal is to please the client.
Yeah. But you know, everyone's design would be different, wouldn't it? It's like you said, Lego. I've never heard that before, but
It's coming. It's coming from
Marvel or something.
yeah, we've done Marvel.
Marvel, no, the Marvel. Comics.
Yeah,
comics.
Lately we've done a couple in digital prints in the lift, and it was they had Mexican film posters, like really old posters from the 60s and 70s, and they gave us all the images, and then we got them all printed onto boards. So when you go in the lift, there's just all these different posters of films.
That's really cool.
And we have just done a similar thing for Apex lifts in their office, and that was the same thing. They got a lot of images of their projects, and they put them on the wall. So if you do,
so they put the projects in the lift. That's a genius. That's a genius.
So when a customer comes in, they can see all the jobs they've done, and photos of their old vehicles, and staff pictures. That's really good. I really like that. That's quite done a couple of those now, but it's quite fun as well. That sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm going to quit my job. I'm coming to it because it sounds really fun.
It's so varied. Yeah, that's the thing. We just don't know what's going to come next.
That's right.
No, that's really cool. So how do you ensure your lift interior designs meet both safety regulations and accessibility standards?
Well, again, that would just comes down to the design. We kind of know what you can and can't do. Generally you need mirrors. You've got to think about disabled access.
Do you have to have mirrors? Is that a tick box?
You do, to comply with DDA, you do in a office or a public environment in over an 8-person lift, because it's for wheelchair users. So because they can't turn the wheelchair around in a lift, so they have to wheel out. Sometimes people put them floor to ceiling. You can't. You've got to be careful. If it goes floor to ceiling, you have to have a 300mm at the bottom, which is
like a
band, so they can differentiate the difference between the floor and the wall for people with visual impairment.
Right.
So and again, fire safety is a big thing now. Since obviously the Grenfell incident, it has impacted the lift industry massively, and everything that goes in a lift has to have a certain fire rating and a certain drip rating. It's all very technical, but you can't just go in there and put something on the wall. Even like a wood veneer now, everything, because obviously wood's flammable, a lot of the backing material is fire rated, but you have to put lacquers and stuff, fire lacquer on materials now to get around that situation.
And that will prevent it.
Yeah. That gives it. So you could pretty much take any material, as long as it will take the lacquer. The lacquer gives you that fire rating. So it does give a bit more scope in that respect. But even things like the leather belts and stuff like that would be lacquered nowadays.
Yeah. So what trends are you seeing currently in 2025? Like, is there like a theme that everyone's kind of jumping onto?
I know it's such this year. I think last year was brass, patination, dark bronzes, things like that. That seemed to be the common thing last year.
Brass went out of fashion for a long time, and now it's sort of come back. And I think what happens, a lot of architects, they see other people's work, and then they don't copy it, they mimic it, well, they can change the design a bit, but they like something and they want to push that along. But yeah, patination was a big thing. It's patination's where you take like a base metal like brass and you can change the colour of it. So you can make it into a bronze. There's lots of different colours, but that tends to be more in sort of corporate businesses, big corporate business,
private houses,
things like that.
Yeah,
because it's kind of one-off as well. No two jobs would be the same. Even to the point where the panels are patinated, because it's all done by hand. It's not if you buy some stainless steel, it's just a coloured stainless steel. It'll all look the same, but with a patination, it'll have its own.
Yeah.
Like,
what's the most expensive material that you've put in a lift?
It probably goes back to the patination stuff, doesn't it? Some of that, but it was sort of geared in with fabric on the walls and then glass panelling. So the whole thing it morphed into a really expensive finish. But yeah, it'd go back to the horsehair. That was
I can imagine.
That was a lot of money. But yeah, I think there's been a few interiors where it's probably cost it in excess of £50,000 just for a lift interior. From that's what we've charged.
Yeah.
So it can the backlit panels ones had. I think they're the backlit panels. Some of them were like floor to ceiling, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're just.
And a lot of it is not necessarily the materials. It's the design and the manufacture and the fitting which can really cost the money.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But yeah, patination is expensive.
And you get anodising as well.
Anodising, yeah.
Yes.
That's become a bit fashionable.
Yeah.
What is it? Anodising? What is that?
So it's you can only apply it to aluminium, and it's a colouring. So there's companies that you can get all different colours: greens, browns, blacks, silver, and they apply it to an aluminium sheet, but it's really hard. It makes it very hard wearing. It's really hard to scratch it. But it was designed originally really for electronic components and for using on panels outside buildings, and then it sort of drifted its way into the lift game. It's difficult because it's fraught with issues in the fact that it's not a consistent finish. So sometimes people see it, and generally if it was on the side of a building you wouldn't take any notice of it, but when you get inside a lift and it's quite small, if there's any imperfections you can see it.
Ah.
So yeah, that's always a trial, isn't it?
It is indeed. Yeah.
Have you ever designed a lift that's like changed the layout or like the visuals of a building?
Yeah, we've had a few instances. Yeah. I mean, I did a job. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say where it was, but it was in a government building, and it was in an embassy, and all the lifts were the same, different through cars and different size cars, but they kept the design the same, and it had these glass panels which were, I can't really describe them. They were etched on the face, but they had just shapes cut in them, so they had white bits and clear bits. But this material, we could only get it from America, and we had to. They wouldn't take any other. We tried to mimic it, but they wouldn't allow us to. So we had to ship this in from America, that was a pretty stressful time because we had to work all the sizes out and then buy this material, get it shipped from America, knowing that if there was an issue or we'd got it wrong, it would have been a disaster.
It wasn't cheap, was it?
No.
Didn't sleep that week, no.
Yeah.
No, it looked a bit like a shark fin as such.
Yeah.
Like very like it was like lots of. That's what it kind of looked like. Yeah.
It's one of those jobs. I really enjoyed the job. It was stressful. I think every sort of trade in London was working on it at the time, and it got through. But the worst bit about it was we weren't allowed to take any pictures of it.
I was about to say, have you got pictures?
No,
you're not.
Because it was an embassy, we weren't allowed to.
Unfortunately, some of these buildings were not allowed.
No.
So
that is a big frustration on my part.
Yeah.
The fact that we can't take these pictures and we can't put them on their socials just to show people what we can do or what can be done.
And sometimes even on our social, our LinkedIn page, we can't name the buildings, or not just a government building. If you're not,
it's crazy because you're just inside a lift. Like that's all you want to take a photo of. Yeah. But they're like, no.
But if it's someone's house or like you say, it's these government buildings, they're not keen on you using cameras.
People do come up with some quirky ideas, haven't they? As I said before, one of my favourites is always the done with one. It looked like a tunnel. It was like big backlit on one side. Every panel was backlit, and then the roof. But it visually looked like a tunnel. That was always what sort of stuck out of me. It was really nice project. It really was.
And they're the sort of things where all the design, the client will come to us with an idea, but we have to try and make that work. A, to comply with the codes, and B, to make it so it's maintainable. Because there's lots of things you could do, but not worry about later on. And we don't work like that. We'd look at it and go, yeah, but if in 2 years' time one of your lights stops working, you've got to be able to replace it, and you need to design that into the finish. That's a challenge, but I do enjoy a challenge. I'd like it if I didn't have 10 at a time, but
that'd be nice, wouldn't it? That'd be easier.
But that's the industry we're in, and we seem to have we've gone from we used to get a lot of the basic laminate and glass relines to we seem to get all the difficult bespoke ones, which it makes it interesting.
Keeps your day.
I think that's the thing. I think in every job is bespoke. That's the thing. It is not any job's the same. It is everything is bespoke. Every lift.
Are you seeing more and more people turn lift parts into home furniture? Just before we go into that question, these guys have designed this table and this clock, which looks fantastic for the podcast. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
But yeah, what are people making? Are they? Is this a normal thing?
So the clocks become quite normal now. I think we've made a few. No doubt we'll be asked to make a few more. This is obviously the first table we've made. So,
is it? Oh my god, that's amazing! Yeah. The first table, and it looks great.
Yeah, I think they both come out really nice.
It's going to look great in my living room after season 4.
I believe we have got another one coming up. I can't say too much about it. If someone else wants another table, but it's just I
wonder why it's becoming so popular to do.
I think it's because people who work in the lift industry are quite.
Go on, you can say it. I know the word that's coming.
I don't know. Is odd the right word? We're just kind of everyone's invested in it, and people see things like the old Otis governor wheels and things like that. That I used to do it. Used to get the end caps off of the motors, and people collect stuff like this, and it's just, especially the older guys.
Yeah.
You look at it and you think this stuff's going to all disappear, and it's not worth any money. Well, that bronze wheel's probably worth a bit of money in scrap, but in terms of it's just a bit of fun. You're getting something that you're never going to see again. It becomes quite rare.
And they look the part as well. They do look like. It's a bit of engineering, isn't it? Like look at the engineering in that. It's just
it looks great.
Yeah.
And back in the day when things were made in the sort of the 19th century and the 20th century, the stuff was made. It was made to last forever. Express and Otis and stuff like that. You don't get that so much anymore because the world's changed. That's not how things are made anymore because it would be too expensive. So when people do see it, it's like a bit of a magpie thing. Oh, I've got to have that. And I look at it and I think I've got all these bits at home that I've sort of saved, and load plates off of old lifts, way good Otis and things like that. But I've never got time to actually do anything about it.
Because you're busy, making it for other people.
But a lot of people do, they do put things in their gardens and stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
Target Lift's projects and constructions team pride themselves on offering a detailed design solution to find the best long-term modernisation package for your lift. Communication and full collaboration with our customers is pivotal to ensure all requirements are delivered. We know budget and time restraints are often the key factors of any investment. Rest assured, we can provide complete satisfaction and meet all agreed specifications due to the experience of our passionate project team. Visit targetlifts.ltd.co.uk and visit the project page to see more recent case studies.
So, both of you, with your years of experience, have you seen anything unexpected along your journey? I'm sure you've seen a number of things.
So Duncan more than me probably is. He's a I'm more workshop based.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've really seen. I don't know. I've been asked the unexpected things, but you've probably seen a lot. Out on the road a bit.
Because I tend to go out, meet clients, and do surveys and stuff. I was at the Royal Courts working years ago, and there was a high profile case, and I think Tony Blair was there. And he might have been the Prime Minister there. I'm not sure, but myself and one of the guys were working in the motorroom on the roof, and I heard a noise outside. It sounded like a helicopter. So I went out on the roof, and I looked up, and like literally there was a helicopter about 20 foot above my head, and there was all police sitting on the side with guns. And I thought, yeah, that wasn't what I was expecting. So I walked back in the motorroom, and I said to the guys working with me, I said, there's a helicopter out here. And literally about 2 minutes later, armed police burst into the motorroom pointing guns at us, because they obviously thought, what are they doing on the roof? They hadn't bothered checking the security that, we were supposed to be there. So, that was quite an interesting thing to happen. Not something you don't want that happening too often.
So how did they just realise that you?
I was like, I seem to remember putting my hands up.
It's not me, it's him.
They said, "What are you doing?" So we're working on the lift, and they was okay, but they sat up there with us and just sort of sat there. Yeah, no, they was good as gold, but they're doing their job. But it's not something that you expect when you go to work in the morning to be having guns pointed at you.
No, not at all.
So that was.
That's unexpected.
There's a few other stories I couldn't tell you. Some of the things we found in lifts, but
you find all sorts. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. No, it's all right. We don't need to share those ones. So our previous guest has asked you guys a question. So Scott, I'm going to pass this over to you.
Okay.
No pressure. Okay. So, what's the most embarrassing lift story or mistake that's happened? We can go more warehouse based.
The most embarrassing. That's really put on the spot, isn't it?
Yeah.
No.
You can both answer if you prefer.
That's a difficult question.
That's a really hard question.
I mean, embarrassing. I don't know.
We've done embarrassing. We've took the wrong floor out of the wrong lift, and people were saying, "Why have you done that?" Like, been to the wrong site, and we've actually ripped out the wrong lift. And,
Stop it! You've gone to the wrong site and ripped out the wrong lift.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Not us personally.
No, someone there.
Yeah, it happens, But someone gets a new lift for nothing, but. No, again, we've done it with flooring.
As embarrassing goes, that is quite up there. I think.
That is up there. How long into that job did you realise?
I think the floor was ripped out. I think.
I think when the client phoned up,
all the belts were fitted on the wall.
Why aren't you at our job? We said, we are at your job. Well, there's no one here. And we sort of sent a picture and said, well, there you go. And they went, well, that's not our job.
Yeah.
So that's a bit embarrassing, but...
I like that. That's a good answer, actually. I'll take that one.
So it's an honest answer, but I don't know, embarrassing was... I can't really think of it. I think that's embarrassing enough. So
that's quite embarrassing, I'm not going to lie.
To be fair, we I wouldn't say we get everything right, but we don't often get things wrong. I think that probably is... That's why we get a lot of work.
Some of the guys end up in the wrong places, woken them.
Yeah, it's genuine mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can't find this building. Where are you? Well, you're in the wrong place, Woken them and woken.
Yeah.
That's our most famous one, isn't it? So I can't find it, but
So we love to end each podcast in tradition, and we'd love to know who you'd both want to be stuck in a lift with. But I have recently learnt that it's the same person, so you can share this answer together.
What's after three?
I see 1, 2, 3 here.
Ricky Gervais. Yeah.
And why is that?
Well, for me, listen, you never want to be stuck in a lift anyway. That he would literally pass the time, and humour, his comedy. I just love him as the bloke. He's the genius in my opinion. So funny. I could just listen to him. Listen to make it entertaining, isn't he? So however long you're going to be in there. So definitely for me.
Yeah, same with me. he's a genius. He loves animals, which is, you know, I'm the same, and he does a lot for that. And I think as well the fact he's actually obviously very, very wealthy, and he literally takes the mickey out of that. You know, he's got it down to a T, really. You know, some people comedians are a different gravy, really, aren't they? Some people like certain things, some people like certain things, but he just appeals to me.
He's down to earth, and he's just.
He sort of come from nothing, and I like the fact that, you know, some people get quite jealous of that sort of thing, but I like that. I think, you know, if someone's worked to get where they've been, get where they are now, then that's a great thing.
I wonder what interior he would have in his lift. What do you reckon?
I reckon it'd be pretty boring, I bet.
I think so, yeah.
A bit beige.
Yeah.
He always wears a black t-shirt.
Yeah, he just wears a black t-shirt, black jeans. So, yeah.
And drinks Foster's, right?
Maybe he would squish the cans and have the cans.
You never know.
Hey, I'll tell you, well, you've come up with some good ideas there. Lego and beer cans, I could be... Next time someone asks me, I'll give them a try.
Just tell them to call me.
I will.
I'll design it for him if you want.
Yeah, you can be the designer.
Love that.
I mean, that's the thing nowadays. A lot of designers, I'm not sure what they design, because people tend to look on the internet and go, I like that, can you do that?
Well, I was working for a lift company a few years ago, and we put a design concept together for the Hippodrome Casino, and they wanted a lift going from their top floor into their kind of like private area. And we said that you should have a telephone box as a lift, but you should design it out of Lego. And that's what I sold it to them, but they weren't having it. It was quite an expensive lift once you've put all these Lego bits into it. But you pick up the phone and you say, "Can I go to the top floor?" And the voice would then take you up to the top floor.
Yeah.
Should have had it. I'm sure they've got a really beige lift now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's the thing, you've just got to get the right person to actually take the chance to do it.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the ones we've done with the digital images. They're quite fun, and, you know, it looks great. It's not too corporate, it's not stuffy. You know,
it works.
Yeah, because ultimately lift interiors are quite boring, aren't they?
I guess it can be.
You can ask my wife when I talk about it, yeah.
So when you get in a lift, then you with your wife, and you're looking around, like, will you stop looking at me? But you can't help yourself. You just.
Or you go, we installed this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the favourite, especially around London.
Yeah.
Even my kids just say, shut up then.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much, both of you, for joining me for a chat today. It's been great.
Thanks for having us. Yes.
Thank you
very much.
So we moved to the next room. That room's fine. Breakfast this morning, cockroaches on the table.
Where was this hotel? Where was you staying?
It's local. I won't say which hotel, but yeah, it's local. I'd like to say yes, but I think it gave us a lot of life experience. So I think if I did something different, I wouldn't get that same experience. So would I be in a better place now? I don't know, because again, you're starting up a business, and we're not business people, we're tech guys.
Yeah.
I'm not a salesman, I'm a tech guy. I've always done tech all my life. So would I do anything different? I don't think I would, because I think I would miss out on some of the things that we had as challenges that we had to overcome.
If someone was starting up a business in uncertain times, what advice would you give them?
Go for it.
Just
Do it. Do it. Have a plan in mind. Have your USPs, your unique selling points. Speak to your customers and just go for it.
We are sure you enjoyed this episode of Stuck in a Lift. Did you know that 3 Target Lift employees have already taken part in this amazing podcast? Listen back to Season 1 to hear Georgia Shepherd, and Season 2 has both Danny Keefe and the finger pointer himself, our director Danny Garraway. Be sure to give them a listen. Target Lifts, always aiming higher.